said everything inside the perimeter was dead. They said I'd be alone. But blood this fresh doesn't lie. If stories soaked in silence, betrayal, and teeth interest you more than happy endings ever did, you're in the right place. This is Bloody Chapter. They flew me in at night. No company name on the transport. No official brief. Just coordinates sent to a burner, hazard pay in crypto, and a cryptic warning. Do not bring weapons. Do not speak to anything that moves. I figured they meant locals. Maybe some lab animals still twitching in their cages. I've cleaned up after biotech nightmares. Before mutation pits, viral leaks, even a failed synthetic god project once in the Urals. But this felt different the moment I stepped onto the soil. The jungle was just wrong. It was too quiet, too heavy. Even the wind seemed afraid to move through the canopy. My task was listed as sterilization standard protocol. Destroy data, remove samples, erase any evidence of what happened here. The usual corporate sanitation job. Burn the story before someone gets a chance to tell it. The first thing I found was the outer fence. It was bent inward, not out, as if something broke free, had a look around, and then decided to come back. That's not how containment breaches work. I logged the damage, sent a quick ping to my offsite contact. No reply. Just digital silence. Primera, pushed on. The base camp had been torn open. Not like a storm hit it. More like a bulldozer with a grudge. Gear was scattered everywhere. Drones were half submerged in thick mud. And a single tablet was still flickering on a cot. Primera? Picked it up. A half-written log entry was still on the screen. Subject S9 are made contact at O to O hours. Movement, pattern deliberate. Flanking behavior confirmed. I assumed it was just military slang for some escaped predator. Then I found the blood trail. It wasn't a smear or a splatter. It was a drag mark, long, deep, leading from a ripped open tent, straight into the dark tree line. A single body pulled away. There were no boot prints, no signs of a struggle, just that silent, awful groove in the mud. I followed the trail deeper into the compound, towards the main research block. The lab, or what was left of it, was behind what should have been reinforced glass. Now it was shattered inward, fragments littering the floor. The heavy steel doors were clawed open like they were made of aluminum foil. The walls inside were lined with massive specimen tanks, all cracked open and empty. There were no bodies here. Just absence. A profound, sterile emptiness, as if the occupants had simply vanished. But they hadn't vanished. They had left their work behind. And as I accessed the central servers, I saw what they were really doing here. This wasn't simple cloning. This was augmentation. They were creating weapon-grade behavioral evolution. They'd spliced Raptor DNA with the echolocation of bats. They engineered thermal camouflage into their hides. Most terrifying of all, they were enhancing pack coordination with neural implants. They weren't just growing dinosaurs. They were teaching them how to plan, and not just how to hunt prey, how to remember enemies. The logs laid it all out. S9R wasn't the first success. It was just the only one that survived the purge. When their control protocols inevitably failed, the corporation tried to exterminate it. He failed, so they abandoned the entire site, cut their losses, and just hoped it would starve to death in the jungle. But it didn't starve. It adapted. The server logs showed it started storing its kills in shaded, cool pits. It learned to avoid the motion sensors scattered around the facility. It figured out when to disappear. The final log entry sent a chill down my spine. It was a sentence that felt like it was burned directly into my mind. Subject now prioritizes targets wearing field-grade black tactical suits. Shows pronounced fixation behavior toward the voice patterns of past aggressors. I froze. I was wearing a black tactical suit, and I'd been speaking into Mycom's unit periodically since I landed. I slowly reached up and switched it off. The sudden silence was deafening, and that's when I heard it. It wasn't a roar. It wasn't the sound of footsteps on the metal grating. It was just breathing. Close. Controlled. Patient. Waiting. I slowly turned around. Through the shattered window, I saw the trees in the jungle canopy move wrong. They weren't swaying in the wind, they were parting, as if something was sneaking through them. I drew my flashlight and aimed it at the path ahead. Nothing. I scanned the area. Left, right, clear. Then, on a hunch, I aimed the beam upward, toward the ceiling of the cavernous lab. And that's when I saw it. It was clinging to the steel support beams above me, its claws making no sound at all. Its eyes weren't wild or animalistic. Te were calm. They were studying me, judging me. It was as if it recognized me or wanted to see if I matched the description of someone it remembered. I didn't scream. I didn't run. All my training, all my instincts, told me to just back away. Slowly, I dropped my scanner. I let my bag fall to the floor. Anything with a signal or a scent, he left behind. The creature didn't follow. Not immediately. It just tilted its head. A strangely familiar gesture, like a dog trying to remember a dream. I made it back to the landing site just as dawn was breaking. The transport was already there, waiting. The same agent stood by the ramp, wearing the same fake, corporate smile. He didn't ask what I saw or what happened. He just handed me another envelope, a bonus, and said, "If you made it back, it means it still wants to be seen." I had to ask, was that thing the last one? He laughed, a short, humorless sound. "No," he said. "That's just the prototype. The real batch hasn't even hatched yet. They don't want it destroyed. They want it refined, trained, leashed, and eventually deployed. And I was just part of the test. A cleaner, a decoy, a data point to see how long it would take to break me. If you've ever walked out of hell only to realize someone sent you in there just to see if you'd scream, you know the feeling. They're not cloning dinosaurs anymore. They're building soldiers. And out there, the jungle remembers. Thanks for listening to Bloody Chapter. If you want more stories from the shadows, hit that like button and subscribe for the next report. You won't want to miss it.